Hey guys, today I'm going to be giving you 10 tips that'll help you in mountain biking to become a better rider. The first tip I have for you guys is whenever you're hitting a jump, always push your bike forward. If you push your bike forward in the air, you'll start to notice that you won't be casing jumps anymore. A case happens when you land a jump badly, when your front wheel lands on the sloped downhill section of the jump and your back wheel lands on the flat section. Tip number 2 for you guys is also related to jumping. This is to compress your shocks before you're hitting the lip of a jump. If you're hitting the jumps on a full suspension bike, be sure to make sure both of your shocks compress at the same rate. If your rear shock travels too far down, your back wheel's going to fling up, making you nosedive the jump. If your front suspension compresses too much, that's also a bad sign. Like before, this is going to cause you to case the jump. Your back wheel, if you do this, is going to land way before your front wheel. Another common misconception leads us into tip number 3. Never lean forward. You might think on a large step up that you'll need to lean forward. This is not the case. This is like tip number 1. Instead of leaning forward, push your bike forward. The angled jump on Semper Dirticus is a good example of how to do this perfectly. You don't feel like you have a lot of speed going into this jump. Since the landing on this jump is a pretty angled slope, if you lean forward, your front tire is going to compress your shock and you're going to go over your bars. And I'm pretty sure no one here wants that to happen. Okay, so now on to tip number 4, which has to do with cornering. When going through a berm, make sure to put your inside foot or the foot closest to the berm down. This will help you carry speed and you can really lean into it, and it's a lot of fun. If you guys don't know, a berm is essentially a bank turn. A berm is put where it is for certain reasons. Remember, the objective isn't to lose speed, it's to gain speed from the berms, so always lean into it. The 5th idea I have for you guys is attack position. This comes in handy when you're riding steep, technical downhill sections. This refers to having the center of your body weight behind your saddle. This is a very hard skill to master as you have to find your center of balance. Some good trails to practice this on would be Liking It or Lovin' It at Stevens Pass, Braveheart at Duthie Hill, or any other techish trail you can think of. Tip number 6 is for cross-country riding. When you're riding a short climb, always be sure to be standing up and pedaling as hard as you can. On longer sections, though, you're going to need to sit down and be in a low gear so you can save some of your energy for the upcoming features. This is important because at the end of a climb, you see more features and you think, ugh, I have to ride those and I have no energy left. Okay, now on to tip number 7. This also has to do with jumping. Don't try to go so fast on all the jumps, which sometimes can result in you casing it. Sometimes try to go slow. Now I'll tell you tip number 8. This may seem like an obvious one, but it's actually not. Always make sure that your helmet is nice and tight and secure on your head. I can't even tell you how many people I see either without a helmet or one that's fitting them really loosely. Tip number 9 is for protection. Always wear knee pads and if you can, elbow pads. Wearing protective gear will help you feel more confident and will also allow you to hit bigger jumps. Even gloves are essential to safety just because you don't want sore hands the next day. Finishing this list off at tip number 10, we have always follow someone better than you. Whether you like it or not, this will definitely benefit you down the road. One day I was riding at Duthie with a friend and he could do all of Semper, but I could do none of it. I started and over the course of the day I did every feature on it. The reason that this will help you progress is because if you know they have the right amount of speed when they clear them, you can follow them at the exact same speed and you'll know that you'll clear all the jumps. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. On a side note, I forgot to post last week because I was busy with school, so I'll post next weekend.